Alright, hi guys. So I figured I'd just use this video as a bit of a life update really because like quite a lot of small stuff has happened that I can't be bothered like talking about in just one video. So I might as well just chat about it now because there's not much to say on each of them. So I just want to fill up like a random video, and also I just can't be bothered to like look through the list that I've got and work out if there's anything I want to talk about. I know I kind of did this yesterday as well, but this time I'm actually going to edit this video just to condense it down, make sure it's not too long. So yeah, it's hot again for some fucking reason. I don't know if they're actually calling it another like heat wave, but like it's meant to get up to like 28, 29 the next several days, which is annoying. I don't like the heat. Like I like the warmth, but I don't like the heat. And yeah, I'm a bit annoyed because like I used to like summer. I used to really like summer. It was like definitely my favorite season because nice warm weather. But now it seems like every fucking year it just gets unbearably hot for like part of it, and that just like ruins the rest of the summer. But what the thing that I am like slightly worried about is that Euros, it's meant to be hot in the Netherlands as well for when we go away, and I have heard from potentially reliable sources that there is not going to be aircon in the venue. So I am slightly concerned about that because I don't know how I'm going to manage otherwise. I'm obviously going to have to take a fan and various other cooling methods. We've got these like weird like cloths kind of things where if you make them like damp, then like you can put them on like around your shoulders or something, and they dry out quite quickly, but they stay cold where they've been wet. So might try one of those, see if that works. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm hoping that even though it's like a big room and there's going to be a lot of people in there, the fact that it's a big room means that the heat will rise and there'll be enough space for the heat to rise at the top, and then it's not going to be that bad. Maybe, I don't know. It is meant to rain like a couple of the days, so I don't know if that means that it's just not going to be as hot on those days, and that it will sort of like the fact that it's raining will just mean that the temperature's a bit lower. Maybe, I don't know if that's possible or not. I hope it is. But I also did like just look up pictures of the inside of the venue to see if I could see what the room was like, and the ceilings don't look that high, to be honest. Like it's a sports hall, so they're like kind of high, but compared to last Euros, is like nothing like the same kind of room. So yeah, I'm not. That's the one thing about Euros I'm not looking forward to, is the heat and the fact that there's no aircon, because I've been trying to plan like what I'm going to wear. Like went away from what I normally wear at my last comp at Strathclyde, because that was 4 days, and I got bored of just wearing like a t-shirt and jeans and that to a comp. Like I do jumpsuits every now and again, which I like, but like I really wanted to actually branch out and wear stuff that I actually really like wearing as like beyond jumpsuits. So I wore a dress one of the days, and I wore a skirt on 2 of the other days. It was like different each time. And like generally speaking, all of my outfits were like more feminine presenting, which was really nice, and I'm very happy I did that. I did get changed like every time I basically left the venue, which was a bit of a pain, but it's something I was completely willing to do. I think it was worth it. And maybe for some reason, because it's in the Netherlands, maybe that's like making me slightly more confident. I don't know. And obviously I haven't been to the Netherlands before. I'm probably not going to end up going many times in my life, so I feel like the people there, like random people, I'm not going to see them again. Most people that are there, I'm sure, will be chill, and so maybe it'll be like a thing where I can just put the outfit on, have it on the whole day, and just feel comfortable doing that. So fingers crossed. But also at this point, if it's going to be hot, then I might not even do that. Like I might not do some of the outfits that I've got planned, which would be really annoying because I do want to, but also like I just want to be as not hot as possible. And I don't know how it's going to go at this point. It is obviously still like over a week away, like a week and a half away, so I don't know how accurate the weather forecasts are, but hopefully it's not going to be that bad. I'm mentally preparing myself for it to be a slightly unpleasant experience in that regard. And something else that will be a slightly unpleasant experience because of the heat is tomorrow, the job interview that I've got. And I'm going to have to put on formal attire, which I am not not looking forward to. I'm not a massive fan of like shirts just as is these days, but I'm gonna have to like put one on. I'm gonna have to put on long trousers, which I'm not excited about again in this heat, and like formal shoes as well that are like less comfortable. Even just the fact that I have to have shoes and socks on is going to be annoying because my feet get hot, and I don't like it. I don't particularly like traditional men's formal wear. I got bored of that, and I'd rather wear other stuff. But I also at this point it's a job interview. Like there's only so much I would be willing to do. And yeah, and also like at this point I just can't really be bothered. Like it's just a job. Like it's not even, I don't even particularly want it. It's just like something that I could do, and I've got an interview for it, which is more luck than I've had for most of them so far. So yeah, I'm just gonna like suck it up and just have to deal with it, because the chances are I'm probably not gonna get it anyway. So it like doesn't even matter. So yeah, that would be fun. Like the thing is with jobs, there's a lot of stuff that I know that I definitely don't want to do. That I don't really, I still don't think I really know what I do want to do. There's stuff like archiving that like seems just based on vibes and everything I've read about it, seems like the kind of thing that I could really get into and like actually would want to do as a job. The problem there is there just aren't any jobs available in that field. Although something that is available that I've been talking to a few people about recently, the WCA archiving team is looking for at least a new leader, and a couple of people have mentioned it to me and said that they thought I would be good at that, because I mean I've talked to people about like applying for jobs before and being interested in archiving. So maybe that's the kind of thing that would help me like get some more experience in that field. Maybe I don't know exactly why I have had not much success in that field. It is probably just because there aren't many jobs. I have applied to any archiving jobs that I've come across. There aren't really any local to me at all, but like some in Oxford, a couple in London at the National Archives I found, and probably one factor is like experience, because I don't have any archiving experience at the minute, which is like annoying because I don't know how I'm supposed to get any to be able to get a job in archiving. But maybe this is it. Maybe this is how I get the archiving experience, doing it voluntarily for obviously not a non-standard archive, but this is an organisation that goes back over 20 years. There's obviously a lot of like data. There's media, there's articles, there's videos, all kinds of things that like sort of play into that thing. That will need like cataloguing and whatever other projects are ongoing within the archive team at the minute. And so so they're looking for a leader, and I've not done any WCA teams before. I've literally only just become a delegate like 2 months ago. So I've literally only just become a delegate like a month ago. So I'm not 100% like convinced that jumping in straight away and being a WCA team leader is necessarily like the best thing. I'm happy to do it in principle. I think I probably could do it. I'd give it a decent shot. And from what I've heard, the archive team is one of the smaller teams. There's not as much needs like urgently doing as in some other teams, and it wouldn't be probably as big of a commitment. But at the same time, like I feel like if a better approach would be to like try and become a member or something like that. And one of the people I was talking to that was one of the people that suggested it to me originally, and so knows a bit more about it, said that generally speaking, it's like kind of likely sometimes for any given WTA team that when they when they get a new leader, they'll also have like a call to applicants for just general members as well. So maybe what I'll do is wait and hope that a new leader gets appointed, and then they seem to think that the call to applicants for the WAT will be like pretty much guaranteed to be happening. So maybe I just wait for that and then apply just to be a member, to get in at the sort of the more basic level, so that I don't have as much of a commitment but can still get started. And then if I still want to be if I want to be leader at some point in the future, I can just work my way up to that. So yeah, I'm still considering what I'm going to do about that. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Obviously, there's no guarantees that the whole members thing like even happens. And at this point, like they've extended the application deadline at least once, possibly twice, I think. So that kind of does imply they haven't really had many promising applications yet. So yeah, I don't know, I don't know how mine would go if I did submit one. Maybe I still will, maybe I'll hang back, I don't know. That's something for me to decide, but I've got until the end of the month, and that's like quite a bit of time. So yeah, that's cool. My competition as well, my competition that I'm organising, registration is open for that now, so on the off chance that anyone watching this doesn't know that and would like to go and hasn't yet, registration's open to go and do that. It's like half full at the minute, it's just under half full, which to be fair for being open for a few hours is pretty good these days. Normally what we've found for comps in the UK the last like couple of years is that there's a thing we call trickle reg. So registration opens and like it doesn't immediately fill, but you get like a gradual increase in registrations, and it keeps going until it does eventually fill in a lot of cases. So fingers crossed that'll be something that happens. Other stuff in cubing, I started looking into TCP for FTO finally, because obviously I've got Euros coming up, and I maybe could get top 5 if I do well. The problem is I have no idea how fast other people are. Not a lot of people that are high up on the cubing contest rankings are actually going. So yeah, it's going to be pot luck, I think, as to who does well. But obviously I still want to give myself the best possible chance to actually do well, because my current like PR average on cubing contests is 27.87, and like I'm pretty much globaling that now. I got a 21 average the other day, so I can definitely do much better. And I think TCP, the fact that I have got to this level and I still don't know it is kind of wild. I just never really had the motivation to before this point, but I do now. So yeah, I'm going to get on and do that. I've started like learning the algs today. I got through I think all of the even cases now, and there are only 18, so it's not that many. There are 18 total, 9 even, 9 odd. So I've got through like those. And also like 3 of the even ones are just sledge, hedge and 2 flip. So really I've learned 6. But what I didn't really realise with TCP, because like I never saw it explained anywhere, is that because when you solve the triples, the corners you need to solve relative to the rest of the U layer, the last layer. But the triangles you need to solve relative to the bottom layers, the rest of the puzzle, just because that's how it works. But what that means is if you have an AUF to do afterwards, the triangles and the corners you're not going to be solving into the same slot. So like the cases where you have what looks like say a sledge or a hedge, but also the U layer is misaligned, so you have a U-perm, are actually not a sledge or a hedge. Where what I used to do would be either a sledge or a hedge to solve the whole triples, and then just do the U move, and then you just have the 3 corners cycled and then do an A-perm. That's what I would used to do. But for those cases, it's just a different alg. It's one of the other algs that like you just have to learn. And the recognition patterns are completely different for all of the 3 AUFs. So it's actually much harder than I thought to recognize them. Like it's not, you don't just learn 18 algs or whatever, you learn the 18 algs and you have to learn 54 recognition patterns, or like slightly fewer because of the easy cases, whatever. But the point is, like, I didn't see that explained anywhere at any point, so I had no idea what I was getting into. So I first started learning them, and like I learned all the ones with no AUF because that's how they were shown on the place that I was learning them from. And then I went onto a trainer and I got a case that I completely just didn't recognize and had no idea what to do for. So like I was so confused. So eventually, after talking to a few people about it, I kind of got the system going where you recognize like the triangles and the corners sort of separately, like obviously in the same go, but like you recognize the patterns where they move separately, which is weird. And again, like I said, literally not something that I'd seen explained in any of the places that I'd looked. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to have a lot more work to do than I thought when I get around to making my FTO tutorials and the basic videos, which I'm going to do at some point, obviously, hopefully soon, because I have an opportunity this coming weekend probably to film some stuff. So if I can do that, that would be great. I haven't got on and started planning any of them yet, which I definitely need to do, because I have the chance to record stuff coming up. So I need to make the most of that and actually have stuff that I needs recording when I have the opportunity to. So yeah, I need to get on and plan stuff for that. But I can't also make the video unless I get the FTO that I've ordered, because I use a very non-standard color scheme, and I put a poll in the UKCA Discord server, and people were saying I asked what would you prefer in a tutorial, me to use my non-standard color scheme and just point out that it's non-standard, or just order a whole another cube and then film the tutorial with that and it be on the standard color scheme, but have to wait a bit longer, because if I'd done it on my own cube, I could have done it by now. But most people said that they would prefer to see it on the now standard color scheme, so I've ordered another puzzle. It's going to arrive. I'm not going to keep it eventually. Once I've finished filming most of the videos that I need for it, I'm just going to sell it, because I need the money and I don't want to be having to spend 20-25 quid on an FTO that is a colour scheme that I don't use, just to make a couple of videos, as useful as I'm sure they would be. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and it just hasn't arrived yet, and I'm really hoping it arrives in time, because if it doesn't, I don't know when the next chance I'm going to have to record is, because obviously I'm going away for Euros, and also just I don't normally have the chance to. So yeah, it would be ideal if it arrives in the next couple of days, before Friday, basically. Even on Friday would be good, because that's when I'm free, Friday and Saturday. So yeah, I have no idea how that's going to go. I'm also still waiting on a couple of other things that I've ordered, the tripod being one of them. I have no idea how that's going to work out. Hopefully it works out well. Again, that's something I also need before Euros, so that better fucking hurry up and get here. And another thing was as well that I've ordered, I know I've mentioned about City Strides before, the walking thing that I do, and I didn't find out until a week or so before my birthday that they do t-shirts, and you can get custom designed ones and all of that. And I was kind of annoyed, because I thought if I'd known sooner, I would have asked for a t-shirt for my birthday or something, because that would have been really cool. And they're coming from America or something, so it would have taken too long to get there by that point. I realised I had enough money, and I probably could just order myself a t-shirt, so I did. It was about 40 quid, which is not ideal. And it actually arrived the other day, 3 or 4 days ago maybe, and I opened it, and there was just something completely wrong printed on the front, which normally is fine. I don't really care. You can just go online, fill in the form thing, say, by the way, this is obviously a mistake, can you redo it please, or whatever. But this thing, it wasn't any of the options that they gave on the shop to print on the t-shirt. So I was really confused, because it was obviously some kind of video game character, I think, or just some kind of fictional character. I didn't recognise it at all. I've got no idea what that design actually. Yeah, if it was a City Strides thing, a City Strides logo or something, or a design, but the wrong design from the list of the things they offered, I could understand how that happens, because it's oh yeah, okay, this is a different design. At that point, I might even have just kept it if it was something that I kind of liked, but with this, I literally have no idea what's on the front of it. And I asked for a design on the front, on the back, and on both of the sleeves as well, because that's what I got for my Euros t-shirt last year. Because that's what I got for my Euros t-shirt last time, and I really like that. And the designs on the back and the sleeves were fine. So I really have no idea how that mistake possibly could have happened. But I went on and did this support thing, and that's done it all, got it all sorted, and another one's on the way. So that'll arrive when it arrives, I guess, and hopefully it's correct this time. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for tripods and stuff if that doesn't come in time, because yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to use a cube or something. But obviously it broke at the last comp, and I've already filmed and recorded my Big Blind Intuitive Center Comms video, and I had to do that without a tripod. I completely didn't even think that the day I was filming that, until then I didn't think, oh, I literally don't have a tripod anymore, I've got to use something else. And because of the angle that I wanted to get the video at, I had no idea what to use. And so in the end, I I got the like a stack of books like I normally do for just a bit of height, and then what I would normally do is put the tripod on it, and then it would have that thing where you could like tilt it or something. So I would tilt it slightly forward so you could get a sort of slightly diagonal downwards angle, things like that. So the way I did that, I got the same stack of books again that I normally use, and I had to use a mirror blocks, and like if you did like I guess like an M2 slice or something like that, you get the little ridge where you've got the two layers that are like bigger sticking up either side, and then the center layer is like slightly down. There's a gap. So I did that and I rested my phone in there, except it was going to keep falling over, so I had to blue tack it down onto the stack of books. And then it was still slightly too, like, the phone was like, over the edge, like too far. To get the right angle that I wanted, it would just have kept falling out, even if it wouldn't fall over, it would just fall out. So I needed something else to like lean it against that would make it not fall over. So I ended up getting a Rubik's brand 2x2x4, and I fucking blue tacked that to the books as well, and that actually worked. So like, yeah, if you, as and when my Big Blind Tentacoms video comes out, if you've seen this, you'll know that my phone stand for it was a 2x2x4 and a mirror blocks blue tacked to a stack of books. And I feel like I'm going to have to. I don't know when the tripod's meant to arrive. It should be soon. But if it doesn't get here by then, I'm going to have to do that same thing again for that video, which will be quite annoying. This one, because I couldn't be bothered holding my phone for all this time, I got a bottle of wine. I don't know if you. Yeah, there we go. I got a bottle of wine to lean my phone up against. So yeah, that's fun. Having said that this video was not going to be very long, I've been recording for 24 minutes at this point, so I don't know how much I'm going to cut out of this. It might be a lot, it might not be. Who knows? I don't know. I thought I wasn't going to edit this. I probably should, but it's going to take fucking forever to upload, so maybe I'll just do it tomorrow morning. I'll be up early tomorrow morning anyway, so yeah, who knows? At this point, I don't know. I probably should just stop talking because I've got so much to do. I've got all of these videos to plan. Obviously I've got my FTO videos to plan. I need to go through, actually like watch all the tutorials again to make sure I know what to do and what not to do, especially. I've got my clock video that I still haven't done, that I'm increasingly feeling like I've kind of missed the boat on, but also it is just going to be definitely helpful to have more stuff out there. Like, so I should get on and do that at some point as well. That one, it doesn't matter when I record it, like I can record it down here at night, because it will literally probably just be me talking to a camera for a bit. So it doesn't need to be any fancy lighting or anything like that, but I should get on and do that, and I should get on and do a whole lot of other stuff. And I've got an interview tomorrow. I need to get up at like 9 o'clock. So, yeah, I've been talking for way too long, so I'm just gonna I probably should just go straight to bed at this point. So yeah, that's it for today. See you tomorrow.